Being a Sigma female isn't about being stingy. It's about being smart with her choices. She doesn't throw money around to impress people, fit into a group, or chase fake dreams. While others spend just to keep up with trends, she plays a different game. Her choices are thoughtful, and her values are steady. She sees through the traps, the overpriced items pretending to be important, fake self-help programs that promise too much, and friendships that only last if she keeps paying to stay in them. She avoids all of it. What she wants is meaning, not flash. Freedom matters more to her than appearances. If something doesn't truly improve her life, it's just noise, and she doesn't let noise take up space in her world. This isn't about saying no to everything. It's about having the power to say, I don't need that to feel good about myself. She puts her time and money into what really counts. While others chase likes, trends, and expensive lifestyles just to be noticed, she focuses on building her skills, strengthening her mind, and growing into her best self. That's what makes her different. People can't figure her out. She doesn't follow the crowd, but she still shines. She moves with a calm kind of strength. She knows her path, and that makes her unstoppable. Let others fall for flashy illusions. The Sigma female only spends on things that help her grow. Here's the thing about Sigma women. They don't wear clothes just to prove something. You won't see them running after expensive brands just to show off. If a label's main value is its status, she's not interested. It's not because she can't afford it. It's because she doesn't need it. She's past the phase where her worth depended on what brand she wore. In a world that cares too much about image and first impressions, she builds her presence from something real. She doesn't need a fancy outfit to feel important. Her strength doesn't come from a price tag, it comes from inside. There's a big difference between having style and following trends. Sigma females understand how to dress in a way that speaks to who they are, not to get attention. They pick clothes that feel right, not just expensive. Each piece shows a part of them, not a cry for compliments. When someone walks in, dressed head to toe in designer brands but lacks true confidence, a Sigma female notices right away. It's like seeing someone hide behind shiny armor made of insecurity. She doesn't wear luxury to feel strong. She is strong, and that makes anything she wears look good. Whether it's a $20 jacket or a second-hand find, she carries it with such confidence that people notice her presence, not just her outfit. So if you've ever felt like you don't need flashy stuff to stand out, you're not alone. That quiet strength, that's your power. You don't have to buy attention. You already have it just by being you. When it comes to love, the Sigma female doesn't fall for the drama. While some dream of fancy weddings with fireworks or huge proposals in front of crowds, that's not her thing. For her, love is real, deep, and built on trust, not a big performance. She doesn't need huge moments to prove how she feels. A quiet dinner or a heartfelt note means more to her than a flashy event. She believes that real love isn't about putting on a show. It's in everyday moments, deep talks, and steady trust. Her kind of relationship doesn't need an audience. While others try to get likes and applause with grand proposals or picture-perfect weddings, she's looking for something more meaningful. What matters most to her is the connection between two people, not the money spent or the attention it gets. She values being with someone who truly sees and understands her, not someone who's just trying to impress. Her dream wedding, if it happens, is simple, private, and true to who they are. In the end, Sigma females know love isn't about showing off. It's about building something honest and lasting with someone who accepts them fully. And that kind of love? It's priceless, no matter what the ring or the venue costs. You've seen them everywhere. Cups that say "Girl Boss," shirts that say "Slay Queen," or notebooks that shout "Hustle Harder" in sparkly letters. It's all part of a trend that turns ambition into something to sell. But here's the thing, a Sigma woman doesn't need slogans to remember her strength. She doesn't perform confidence for others. To her, calling yourself a boss on a mug feels more like pretending than being real. If you need a quote on a hoodie to feel powerful, maybe that power isn't real yet. Sigma women don't wear their ambition. They live it. They don't make a show of it. They work hard, quietly and with purpose, not for likes or applause, but because it's in their nature. They don't need glitter or loud prints to prove they're serious. While some people are showing off their hustle with merch, she's actually doing the work. And let's be honest, a lot of that stuff isn't about true strength. It's just clever marketing. It feels good for a second, but doesn't go deep. But Sigma women want things that matter. They're not chasing catchy sayings. They don't need to declare their goals. They live them. You might not hear them coming, but you'll notice what they leave behind. They don't shout that they're in charge. They act like it. And here's what people miss. They're not avoiding all that stuff to look cool. They just know the difference between true strength and something designed to sell. One is built with discipline and determination. The other is created in a boardroom to profit from your need to feel powerful. A Sigma doesn't need a fancy mug or shirt to feel strong. She is strong, with or without the gear. That quiet strength, that's what makes her unforgettable. Let's be clear. Sigma women aren't out here begging to be part of someone else's fancy circle. They're not spending money just to be allowed into rooms that don't even match their values. Those so-called VIP clubs, with their velvet ropes, small talk, and overpriced drinks? She's not buying it. If you have to pay to be welcomed, you were never really wanted there to begin with. And often, these places come with unspoken rules. Act this way, talk like that, don't stand out too much. But that's where she draws the line. Sigma women don't trade their voice just to fit in. They don't need outside approval. If they're not welcome just as they are, they simply walk away. Their freedom means too much to trade for empty compliments and surface-level conversations. Let's be real. Most of those clubs aren't even about real friendships. They're about image. They sell the feeling of being included, but only if you act a certain way. But a Sigma woman can't be shaped or controlled. She'd rather walk her own path, even alone, than wear a mask just to belong. She'd rather be in a quiet room working on her dreams than fake smiling at a party that doesn't matter. And if that makes her an outsider, she's fine with that, because she knows the truth. Real belonging isn't something you can buy, and true worth doesn't come from access. It comes from being real. She doesn't need a gold card or VIP pass to feel important. She already knows what she's worth, and no club can give her that. Today's world is full of wild, high-energy events. Clubs, concerts, festivals, parties, places where people are chasing fun and fast thrills. But to a Sigma woman, that's all just noise. She doesn't want to pay to stand in the middle of chaos. While the world is chasing lights and loud beats, she's drawn to peaceful, quiet places where her mind and soul can breathe. She'd rather be in a calm forest than a crowded club. That kind of fast-paced energy doesn't feed her. It tires her out. She knows how important her energy is and chooses carefully where to spend it. She loves calm, stillness, and deep thoughts. While some people recharge in loud crowds, she finds peace in soft moments, in nature or in her own thoughts. But don't get it wrong, she's not against people. Sigma women enjoy the right kind of company. It's just that they look for deep, meaningful connections, not noise and crowds. Going to events just to be part of the crowd isn't for her. She wants talks that matter and spaces that feed her soul. Loud parties might look fun, but they often feel empty. So, instead of spending her money and time on events that leave her drained, she chooses what fills her up. Quiet spots, good books, cozy cafes, or time with a few close friends. That peace she protects. It's worth more than any party can offer. Everyone's always rushing to get the newest phone, the flashiest laptop, or the latest gadget, even if it's only a tiny bit better than what they already have. But a Sigma female doesn't join that race. She sees it for what it really is, a clever way to make people feel like they're falling behind if they don't keep buying. She knows that companies are really good at making people think they need the latest tech to be relevant. But in her eyes, it's all just smart advertising meant to create fake needs. She doesn't upgrade just because something new came out. To her, tech is just a tool, not a trophy. If her device still works and does what she needs, there's no reason to swap it out. Others may get caught up in the hype of having the newest version, but she's focused on using what she already owns. She chooses quality and usefulness over chasing after more stuff. She's not trying to impress anyone with a fancy gadget. She's focused on what really matters. And that's why the non-stop stream of new tech doesn't tempt her. She spends her time and money wisely, on things that help her grow, not on what the world says she should want. Today, a lot of people are focused on showing off. Whether it's flashy cars, big houses, or expensive accessories, they post all over social media. But a Sigma female doesn't care about all that. She doesn't feel the need to prove anything through what she owns. She buys what fits her life, not what gets attention. To her, things like cars and homes are meant to serve a purpose, not to be part of a brag. While others are out chasing the newest trends or spending money to look rich, she's thinking about what's useful, what's lasting, and what truly makes her feel at peace. Sure, a luxury car might be nice, but if it doesn't fit her lifestyle, she's not interested. She'd rather have a reliable ride that takes her where she needs to go, or the flexibility to work from wherever she wants. Her home isn't for showing off. It's her safe space, a place filled with meaning, comfort, and inspiration. She decorates it with the things that feed her soul: books, art, nature, tools for her passions, not with stuff meant to wow guests. She's not trying to shout, "Look at me," because she doesn't need outside praise to feel confident. Her self-worth doesn't come from what people see. It comes from how she lives, true to herself, with purpose. She's not against nice things, but they have to make sense for her. If not, she lets them go. While others compete to be noticed, she quietly builds a life that actually makes her happy. Some people treat friendship like a business deal. It's about who pays for what, who buys the drinks, who gives gifts, who covers the next night out. But a Sigma female doesn't play that game. She doesn't believe real friendship should cost money. If staying in someone's life means paying to keep their attention, she'd rather be alone. To her, the best friendships don't need constant gifts or expensive outings. They're based on trust, respect, and shared time, not your wallet. She knows that if someone only sticks around when you're spending on them, then they're not really there for you, just for what you can give. Sigma females want real connections. They want people who show up for the meaningful moments, not just when there's something to gain. If a relationship starts to feel fake or one-sided, they walk away. No drama, no guilt, just a clear decision. That doesn't mean she's not generous. She is, when it comes from the heart. But she won't be emotionally blackmailed into buying closeness. The friendships she values are honest, deep, and mutual, not a performance of affection tied to money. She spends her time with people who love her for who she truly is, not for what she can offer. Her time and energy are too valuable to waste on anyone who doesn't understand that. These days, many people treat spirituality like it's a trend. You see neat photos of crystals lined up on a shelf, burning incense, or tarot cards arranged just right for social media. But for a Sigma female, that kind of spirituality doesn't feel real. She isn't into using sacred things just to look cool or mysterious. Her connection to the spiritual world comes from deep within. It's something personal and meaningful, not a performance. She won't buy spiritual tools like crystals or incense just because they're popular or match a certain vibe. If she has them, it's because they truly help her feel grounded or bring peace, not because they make a cute background for a post. Her spiritual path isn't about showing off. It's quiet, honest, and deeply rooted in who she is. It's something she feels, not something she needs others to see. When she turns to things like meditation, candles, or even quiet journaling, it's not to jump on a trend. It's because these things help her grow, heal, and feel more connected to herself. Her spiritual life is private. It's about real growth, not collecting pretty tools or sharing poetic quotes to get attention. While others might be chasing likes with their aesthetic displays of spirituality, the Sigma woman is focused on what actually matters, finding peace inside herself. She's not pretending. She's not putting on a show. She's on a real journey, and that kind of connection is stronger than anything that can be bought. There's this popular idea floating around that healing can be bought. Just go on a fancy trip, attend a big workshop, or sign up for a wellness retreat in a beautiful location, and you'll come back fixed. But a Sigma female knows that true healing doesn't come with a price tag. You can't swipe your card and expect your inner pain to disappear. She understands that healing is hard. It's not smooth, not pretty, and definitely not something that happens over a weekend. It means facing your fears, digging deep into your past, and being honest with yourself, even when it hurts. She doesn't need a guru or a tropical beach to tell her what's wrong. She already knows the real battle is inside. Yes, retreats might offer a short break or a new perspective, but they're not the solution. Real healing takes time, honesty, and serious work. It's waking up every day and choosing to try again, even when you're tired or discouraged. It's about staying consistent and showing up for yourself when no one else is watching. The Sigma woman doesn't chase healing through luxury trips or quick-fix solutions. She lives it. She sits with her pain, reflects on her past, and learns from it. Her growth isn't something flashy. It's slow, quiet, and incredibly strong. And because she's doing the hard work, her healing lasts. In today's world, having a huge following online is seen as a big deal. People chase likes, views, and comments like they're the keys to happiness. But a Sigma female, she's not impressed. She knows real worth isn't measured in followers, it's measured in character. She doesn't post to go viral. She doesn't shape her life around trends, filters, or what the algorithm wants. Her life is not a highlight reel, it's real. She's not afraid to step away from social media if it starts to feel fake or draining. While others are busy curating their online lives for attention, she's investing in her real one. She values privacy, peace, and purpose more than applause. She doesn't need strangers clapping for her to feel proud of who she is. Her focus is on building things that last, not just chasing internet approval that disappears overnight. The Sigma female doesn't play the popularity game. She's not here to impress the crowd. She's here to stay true to herself. While others are performing for screens, she's building quiet success in the background. And when she does speak, people listen, because it's rare, it's real, and it always means something. There's a loud message out there that tells women to compete, to outshine, outdress, outdo one another. But a Sigma female doesn't see other women as rivals. She sees them as reflections of strength, not threats. She doesn't need to tear anyone down to feel tall. Jealousy, it doesn't live in her space. Comparison, she left that behind long ago. She knows her path is her own. Her journey is unique. So she cheers for others without feeling smaller. She celebrates women who are winning and doesn't let ego get in the way. She doesn't need to be better than anyone. She just wants to be her best self, and that's more than enough. While others waste time on silent battles and silent judging, the Sigma female is too focused on growth. She lifts others up, not to look good, but because it's the right thing to do. Her confidence is solid, and that's why she's not shaken by someone else's light. She knows the sun shines for everyone. We live in a time where working yourself to exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor. No days off, rise and grind, sleep when you're dead. But a Sigma female doesn't buy into that noise. She believes in hard work, but not at the cost of her well-being. She knows there's no pride in burning out. Being busy isn't the same as being fulfilled. Sigma females work smart. They take breaks without guilt. They rest to recharge, not because they're lazy, but because they understand balance. They don't measure their worth by how tired they are or how packed their schedule looks. They measure it by the impact they make and how good they feel doing it. While others run themselves into the ground trying to prove something, she's moving with intention. She knows when to say no. She protects her energy like a treasure, and she's not afraid to pause when needed. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because she's not chasing exhaustion, she's chasing excellence. And that kind of focus can't be faked. Being a Sigma female doesn't mean she says no to everything. It means she says yes to what truly matters. She knows her value can't be measured by price tags. She doesn't seek approval through things or fall for trends that promise happiness. While the world pressures people to spend, impress, and seek attention, she walks her own path. She doesn't buy things to look successful or fit in. She doesn't pay for friendships or show off to feel seen. She's not easily fooled by shiny marketing or what influencers say she needs. Instead, she thinks for herself, spends wisely, and focuses on what brings real value to her life. This isn't just about owning less. It's about owning your power. The power to choose wisely, the power to say no, and the power to live a life that feels right, not one that just looks right. While others are busy proving themselves to the world, she's building a life that feels true to her values. And that's why people can't put her in a box. That's why her peace and confidence stand out. She's not controlled by money, image, or outside voices. She listens to her own, so she'll keep choosing what matters to her, not what's popular. Because in the end, she isn't defined by what she owns. She's defined by the life she creates and the strength she shows in staying true to herself.